Hi, my name is Erica, and a lot of my friends call me E. A lot of my friends call me Nicole, but you'll quickly learn why. Um, Today, June 12th, marks a whole year that I've been with the Lord. I was saved last year around this time, on this exact day. It was a Sunday at the church that my father attends down in Vineland, New Jersey, and I was saved on this day last year. It was a hard time that I was going through, and the only person that can help me out of that was the Lord, and He has. So I just wanted to share my testimony with you guys to the full extent. You don't have to listen. You don't even have to look at it. You can just bypass it. But for those that listen to it, I hope that it helps you in some type of way, because that's why I'm doing this. I'm reading off a piece of paper so I don't get sidetracked, or just in case I start crying because I turn into a crybaby, but whatever. But here we go. I would go down to South Jersey to visit my family, my father, my sister, and my brother. Not my biological father, but you might as well say, because he's been with me since I was about maybe 2 or 3, or if not younger than that, and he's been with me ever since. I would feel awkward when I went down there because they're very much into church. They're Christians. They live a very holy lifestyle. The things that we believe in, they don't. They don't believe in modern technology. They don't believe in girls wearing pants, jewelry, makeup. They don't believe in any of that stuff. They live it down to the Bible. They take every word very literally. And that's the way they live. I'm not knocking it or saying that it's wrong, but we're just different. And I respect them and they respect me. But my sister, she does missionary work. She's been to Africa and all over just doing missionary work. She's practicing to be an evangelist, and she will be a great one. My father is a pastor. He mainly is a chaplain. He goes to jails and preaches the word to the inmates because that's where the Lord found him. So mainly Gloucester County. And my brother, which is married now with his wife and his children, my niece and my nephew, he attended Bible college. I don't know if he wants to pursue anything ministry-wise or has a calling or anything like that, but I'm just giving you the background of my family. So, I just felt like kind of awkward when I went down there because here I was going down there with them, having this feeling, just this presence of God around me, knowing what I was doing and how the lifestyle I just was living, and I would just feel so convicted every time I went down there, to the point where I went years without even going down there because I didn't want to feel that feeling. I ran from God for a very long time, to the point where it was tired of me. He was tired of me running, and I was tired myself. So he found me, but before he did, I remember getting ready for work one evening, and as I was putting on my skimpy outfit and the makeup that went along with it, as the crowd waited for me, I got a call from my dad asking how I was, and I said, okay, as usual. He would ask me, how are my patients doing? I would say, still living. See, my dad thought that I was a home health aide, and I was for about a day, but that quickly ended. I was first introduced to stripping about 3 years prior to me getting pregnant with my daughter, Kiara. And it was a job that I quickly ran after I had her. I didn't even wait grace period. I went right back to stripping right after I had her. I tried to get on the right path alone, without God, but it didn't work. And I went back to the clubs. Of course, it started off with just dancing, but as the alcohol, drugs, and money increased, so did my addiction. I loved money, and I would do anything for it. If that meant dancing, fine. But oftentimes it meant me going in the back room of a club with a customer. And sometimes me and another girl. And whatever happens, happens. But at the end of the day, I was paid well. That became a routine for me about 4 or 5 times a week, or as much as it went throughout the night, going in the back, the champagne room, as they say. I wouldn't even see the stage much because I would be in the back room. And that's where the big money was. And as I told you, my addiction was money, so that's where you will find me. I didn't have a relationship with any men during this time. Not a real relationship because I didn't trust men. I would see men come in here that were married. They would tell me that they were married or tell me that they have a girlfriend and they will still be with me. So I didn't trust men. And that's why I still have trust issues with men, because of what I seen those men do to their families, to their wives. I don't trust men. And that's something that I'm working on now. Maybe that's why my relationships fail. I don't know. But just seeing how those men treated me and the things they did to me that was supposed to only be sacred for their wives was horrible. But I didn't complain much because I got paid. Long story short, that was my life. I was a stripper. I was a prostitute. I did any and everything to get by. And along with that, I turned to an alcoholic. I was drinking every night. In order for me to get on that stage, I had to have a drink. The drinks led to the ecstasy pills. Thank God I never tried anything else. I wasn't a weed smoker or coke sniffer or whatever. I didn't do anything like that, thank God. But, they say ecstasy has everything in it, so, I mean, what do you want me to say? But, that was my life. Waking up in the morning, throwing up all night, and just getting up the next day and doing it all over again. But, I can feel my body was starting to change, but I never knew what it was. I used to smoke cigarettes, and oftentimes I would get shortness of breath, and I thought that it was because of me smoking, so I never paid much attention to it. It was a Monday night, and I was getting ready to go to work, and I got to the point where I couldn't breathe, and I didn't understand what was going on with me. Monday night, I went to the hospital. They sent me home with an asthma pump. Tuesday night, I went to the hospital. They sent me home with some pills to open up your chest. I forgot the name of them. It starts with a P. Wednesday night, I went back to the hospital in the emergency room, Clara, Mass. I didn't know what was wrong with me. I couldn't breathe. It was like something was choking me. I couldn't breathe. I'm sorry. So I went to the hospital and they were asking me, what does it feel like? What's going on? They was running every kind of test on me and nothing was wrong with me, thank God. My breathing was right. They tested my breathing. They gave me treatments. They tested my brain. They did every test that they can, even down to a pap smear. I was fine. This was mental. This was in my mind. I was dealing with anxiety, panic attacks, and I didn't understand what was going on with me. The worst feeling is not being able to breathe, and that's what I was going through. So after that, they sent me home with Xanax, and I just was I was taking the Xanax. It helped, but it would still be like a struggle during the day. But at night I would be fine because I would pop the Xanax and it would put me to sleep. But then it didn't work anymore. I needed a higher dosage. So they sent me to University Hospital and I seen a psychiatrist. And the psychiatrist was asking me all these questions and just dumb stuff that I didn't even know why he was asking me this stuff. So he tried to say that all types of stuff. I was depressed, I was this, I was that. And I didn't understand what was going on. There was no compassion. I didn't know the Lord. But I prayed that day in University Hospital. I went to the bathroom and I prayed. I said, God, get me through this. I know I don't know you, but I know that you know me. Please get me through this. Get me through this. If I have to be on medicine, please let it work. But get me through this, Lord. Please. The Lord didn't say anything to me that day. I got up and I went back into the therapist and I seen the shrink and they put me on Zoloft, antidepressant. And when I took that pill, I felt great. I said, I can do this. But that night, when that pill wore off, I felt like I wanted to die. My mom was there. She can vouch for me. I felt like I wanted to die. I wanted to die. I wanted to kill myself. I wanted it to be over. I couldn't take this feeling that I was having. And I didn't know how to call on the Lord to help me. My next door neighbor told me that what I was going through was spiritual conviction. This was the Lord calling out for me. And that it was time for me to reach out to him back. So she gave me the Bible. And she highlighted some stuff in there for me to read. But I didn't read it automatically. That next morning, I called my sister down in Vineland. And I was telling her what was happening to me. I called my father. And I was telling him what was happening to me. And my father said, pack your stuff. Pack all your clothes. We're coming to get you now. And they did. They came and got me and my daughter. And I was gone. I was gone for at least 3 months. This was like in maybe May, March, the end of March, May. And I went down with my father. I was having panic attacks every 5 minutes. It was so bad. I couldn't control it. My father prayed for me every second that I needed. Every second that I needed him or my sister or my brother. They were praying for me like never before. They seen me at my worst. But they were praying for me like never before. And I didn't get saved automatically when I went down there. The presence of God was so thick that I felt peace. I was able to sleep at night. And I was able to get through it. So about 2 or 3 weeks went past. And I wasn't saved, but I was going to church with my father every Sunday, every Monday, every Friday. I was there. But I said, I'm not getting saved. Because I wasn't sure if that's what I wanted to do. So one Sunday, I was in church. And